Logo.
No, we're not.
We're on the universal logo.
Hello, people of the universe.
We're going to go way back in time today.
And you will say, you are not a duck.
We've decided to watch The Matrix.
You are human. You are human. If anyone gets that reference, that would be cool.
People of the universe! Tonight will be the night that the skies will open and spray forth the divine hand with pointed finger and say, everybody, you're not just a duck. You're human. Get a shot of that lady on the bike. You are human. Go forth. Go forth and thrash.
Yes, it looks like we're about to watch The Matrix. But no, we're watching a movie from 1999. That's that prestige year of films. Remember we talked about before?
It was a prestige year.
American Beauty, being John Malkovich, some other movies.
The Matrix.
Oh, yeah, was the? Yeah, I think we had the same conversation. Probably the Matrix.
Not Fight Club.
Fight Club was
Earlier, right?
the year before. I just watched that movie again the other day. Holds up. I don't care what people say. It's a good movie.
I like it.
It's one of those movies where people just misunderstand the point. And yeah, so what if there's douchey fans of stuff that's not bad?
I mean, the point of the movie was communal living among men.
Yeah, it was all about being manlier. How did people miss the point? It was about how toxic masculinity is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that's why Tyler kills Jack at the end.
Was his name Jack?
I don't know. I always call him Jack.
You know, I was watching the movie and I was like, I think they never actually say his name. I mean, the Jack thing comes from he finds that book.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not watching Fight Club. We're watching a really lame version of Fight Club, sort of, in a way. Fight Club between Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Why would you watch such trash, you may be wondering? Well, tomorrow morning, we're going to record an episode about Bill Gates.
And we've been tasked with writing a new movie about that chronicles Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, and we kind of want to use this as an outline.
Yes, we're going to write the sequel to this movie called The
Assholes of Silicon Valley.
Yeah. A twist on an old classic. What is this movie called again? The Pirates of Silicon Valley?
Pirates of Silicon Valley.
Okay. Yeah. It's a made for TV movie about the birth of the personal computer. And the rivalry between Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. And I've never seen this movie.
I have. I liked it. I watched it on TV when it aired.
Did this influence you?
No, I was already influenced. I was already deep in computer culture then.
Oh, I see. All right, well, I guess there's no time like the present. As usual, we're at the 5-second mark, and it's paused, and we see some numbers. I see 0, 0, 0, 1, I, 1T, 1I, P0, CT0. I think that bottom thing is going to turn into the word production, is my prediction.
That's a good guess.
All right. On three. That's on three. One. And I'm talking about hitting play. 1, 2, 3. Can't tell if this is too loud or not. We'll see.
Oh, they're talking about that stupid commercial. Everyone always brings up that fucking commercial.
Yeah,
I remember now. I
I
just
haven't
ruined it.
I haven't no, I knew. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I read a little bit about it and they mentioned the opening. Yeah, it's Ridley Scott. It's supposed to be Ridley Scott, that guy. Filming like the first big Macintosh commercial? Is that what it is?
Yeah, their Super Bowl commercial.
What is this, like 80, 85, something like that?
Probably 84. I think it was 84 because the commercial knocks on 84.
Who's the guy with the beard? Woz?
Wozniak.
Is it the Woz?
That's Woz.
He looks like an elongated not Philip Seymour Hoffman. Fuck. Why can't I think of his name? Paul Giamatti. Like someone stretched him out slightly. This is based on some book about their rivalry.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just said it on the screen there, and I read about it. And but the screenwriters said that the book was fucking boring as hell, so they just tried to like put a bunch of drama into the story that doesn't belong. Like the fucking screenplay writer or one of them.
Does that guy look like Ridley Scott at all?
I think so, but I'm not really sure what Ridley Scott looked like in the 80s. He seems like he would have a beard.
Yeah, probably. As far as commercials go, I guess this is a cool commercial. Throwing a hammer at a screen.
God, Steve Jobs is such a douche. Just the way he was like moving his hands there. And it's not even Steve Jobs, but apparently this guy, Noah Wiley, Noah Wiley, took this role really seriously. And
They can't work together.
look at that face. Michael, what was this guy's name too?
I feel like Noah Wally's been in a lot of movies since this.
Has he?
Yeah. I don't know why I think this.
I was going to say the total opposite.
Probably not.
I think of him primarily as the guy who got famous through ER. So he was probably...
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Which was before this movie, even.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Probably before and after a little bit. I don't know how long that show ran, but...
Shows what I know. Hey,
I don't know if he had... I don't think that guy had much of a film career, but the guy who plays... This is just some hilarious cartoonish 60s bullshit.
What are they protesting?
The war? I don't know. I think they're in Berkeley or something.
71 Berkeley.
I saw on the Wikipedia page that they had like a bunch of actual like what would be expensive to license songs in this movie. So I guess they spent a little money on it. It was definitely a fake beard, right?
I don't think so.
I do. I don't think they would have the time to have him grow a beard for something this.
But I guess it is a fake
It looks
beard.
pretty fake. I mean,
I grow beards very quickly.
I think the Jobs beard is fake, but maybe the Waz guy's isn't. This is David Koresh.
Amazing.
Far out, man.
So all these people are going to ruin the world. There you go, Josh.
I'm kind of dumbfounded by this. All right.
By what?
This whole movie, this is just everything I'm seeing. Got some good product placement there. Ice cold glass bottles of Coca-Cola.
Looks great.
Okay, so Steve Jobs didn't know anything about computers, right?
Oh, I mean, he knew stuff about computers.
I mean,
He wasn't an engineer, though. Wozniak was an engineer. Steve Jobs was more the marketing guy, but
that's.
I can't say that he doesn't know anything about them. He was around them
I
constantly.
mean, like he couldn't like build anything. He couldn't like code, right? Like
I'm not sure. I mean, yes, he was not the genius at that stuff that his the people he surrounded himself with.
so I don't understand why he's considered some fucking visionary. It seems like such a fucking con.
Because he knew how to market it to everyone. He's a visionary marketer, man.
I guess. I mean,
And he led some really big projects. Like, I think he was like an ideals dude, but then he found like the people, or was really good at organizing the people who could actually make these ideals work. If there's anything that he kind of did well, is he came up with some interesting ideals. Like, he didn't build them, but he found the people that could build them.
mm,
Not that I'm trying to defend Steve Jobs. I think Steve Jobs fucking sucks. But, like, I guess his big thing was, like, Next. I mean, outside of Apple, there was Next OS. But we all know that it was truly about Steve Jobs' fucking LSD trips. God.
you know, like if he didn't knowingly like exploit so many people with his company, maybe I wouldn't say shit like this, but fuck his stupid dead ass. Like he's got enough more money than God and he dies from like easily treatable cancer because he wants to shove like grapefruits up his ass. What a fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. Visionary my ass. What? Oh, we're talking about Gates now?
Yeah. Poker's fun, man.
Gates is a big poker
He likes cards, he likes
guy.
games. I mean, Gates is evil, but one thing I appreciate about Gates is I don't feel like he ever tried to like up until like after he like conquered the world, he never tried to fix his image. He was always great with just being the evil fucking bastard. I think
Well,
I dislike him more now that he's trying to be the good guy.
he does do the kind of thing where, like, I'm the unassuming guy with the sweater vest, you know? Like, he's always been that, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I thought that was just his WASP upbringing.
Yeah, I guess it is. But Michael Anthony Hall, is that right? I keep wanting to say Michael C. Hall, but that's the guy who plays Dexter.
I don't know.
Anyway, this is the guy. You don't recognize the guy who plays Gates?
No.
He was like Breakfast Club. He was the fucking nerd.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he's like in all of 80s movies. Michael. His three names. It's fucking Michael
I'm terrible
Anthony
with actor
Hall.
names.
This is an ongoing theme, yes. Pretty sure it's Anthony Hall. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He was always like typecast as a nerd, you know, obviously. But he like got really sick of that in real life apparently, and
Did he Hulk out on
he
steroids
did
and other
he
stuff?
he hulked out, and like in Edward Scissorhands, you might remember the jock boyfriend of,
Yeah.
that's him.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It was him being like, I'm sick of being the fucking nerd.
But that movie was made before this movie.
Yeah. This is like him reverting back to his typecast thing. But I think he tried to be like the cool guy for a while.
I love the fictional TV show *Halt and Catch Fire*, which is probably my favorite. Like, look at the '80s, early '90s computer culture.
Is that what that show's about?
The show's fucking great.
I've heard that it's good. I just didn't know what the subject was.
I mean, it's Mad Men only about computers, but I fucking love it.
That sounds cool.
The first season's the worst season though. So we really like spreads its wings. I mean, I like the first season a lot, but the first season they follow the male characters mostly. But when they really start following more of the girl pioneers of computing, it gets a bit better. Whole thing's good though. Watching this movie makes me think of how much I like that show.
I think maybe the word halt made me assume it was like a cop show.
Not at all.
No, all I heard was the name of it. That's all. But I've heard people say it was good. This song, this is Credence. This is Credence doing a cover.
Do covers cost extra?
Probably less,
Because you have
if
to
anything.
pay royalty to two bands.
Oh yeah, maybe they have to do that. I don't know.
Like if you get the Hurt cover of Johnny Cash, do you have to pay Johnny Cash and Nine Inch Nails?
Maybe.
Man, it's a bra.
He said, "Oh, Duck Bill," just whatever. Poor guy. He's got to decide whether he wants to be a doctor or the richest man in the world.
I mean, being a doctor's kind of being a failure, right?
Yeah. I mean, I know we'll talk about this tomorrow, but
Bill Gates is a heavy alcoholic.
no. His vice is probably something much darker, I have a feeling. Or maybe it's all unsubstantiated gossip.
It's just
But
poker.
I don't think you take plane rides with Jeffrey Epstein and then lie about it if your conscience is totally clean. And that's basically the status of Billy Boy here.
Did he lie about the Epstein plane rides?
Yeah, he downplayed and and just outright said like, I've never been a friend and like we've only met once or some bullshit, and like it's just all like he's on the fucking flight logs.
Didn't Bill Gates also ride with him? Well, not Bill Gates. I mean, Bill Clinton.
Clinton rode with. I mean, Clinton's on the flight logs like 50 times or something. So many fucking sickos, man.
So, the Epstein flights.
There
were prostitutes on the flight. I never really looked into the Epstein flights as much as like.
See, you gotta listen to.
Or
You
like-
gotta go in the back catalog of TrueAnon.
Or are they just like flying to an island with prostitutes, or were the prostitutes on the plane?
I think it's a little of both, but mostly it's about going to the island. One of the testimonies by a woman who came forward was that Epstein was fucking girls on the plane itself.
Did they decommission the island?
I don't know what the status of it is right now. I'm sure it's probably. I really don't know.
Change of ownership?
Yeah, I really don't know. I don't know what happened to all of his property.
That guy owns it now?
Probably. Yes, Wozniak is the new Epstein. He just took over the role.
Hello. Why, Steve? Why did you hire a private detective?
Oh, so the screenwriter, I went off on a tangent, but he was like, the book this is based on is fucking boring. Like, it was just, I guess it was kind of technical. It was about like
computers.
Yeah, it was just about like trying to get to like from one model to the other model or something. And so he's like, I see both characters as sort of Hamlet figures, like Shakespearean in its scope. It's just like, you're just adding all this bullshit. These are like the most boring people on the planet. Primal Scream Therapy. Good for you, Steve. Oh, hey, it's that guy. Oh, wait.
What guy? Andre the Giant?
I said it's that guy, and I mistook him for another guy. I can't tell. He almost looks like Hans Gruber with curly hair.
Is primal screaming therapy a real thing?
Yeah. It was, I mean,
I've
it was
never
like,
heard of
it
it.
was in fashion, and like John Lennon famously was into it. Same with, and it was like about his like never meeting his mother issues.
Of course.
He had a song called Mother where he like primal screams on the song. Yeah, I know some shit about the Beatles. Pretty cool, huh?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think like Yoko turned him on to it or some shit. Ah, he's a legend for being able to talk to human beings. Cool.
And you make a really smart friend who doesn't do stuff like talking, and the really smart friend is happy about that.
I just don't believe Steve Jobs was like this cool hippie guy ever.
I have no clue.
I mean, maybe he was. I don't know. But yeah, like that quote I was talking about, I forget if it was before we hit record or not, but like about about how Steve Jobs like came up during like, you know, counterculture days in Berkeley, but like the real revolutionaries were Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. They were more important than any political revolution. It's fucking depressing that people believe that. I mean,
Has to be a
you could,
goddamn garage.
yeah, you could. I guess you could argue that they had more like impact on the world with their products than uh, the anti-war movement in Vietnam. I get, or concerning
Maybe.
Vietnam. But if you're gonna like lump all like,
If it hadn't been them, it would have been other people selling very similar products. They were just right time, right place. There was plenty of other people making operating systems that.
I'm just saying like comparing it to like say like civil rights movement that is like fucked up. If that's what they're doing in that quote, maybe they meant more specifically like just the kind of aimless hippie kids on Berkeley campus. Ha ha ha. If only he could see the world now.
So many pizza
I was
boxes.
just going to say, why are they so neatly stacked up like that, too?
Is that how you keep all of your leftover pizza boxes?
Yeah, I keep, you know, about a dozen just neatly stacked on a table. Maybe they're not pizza boxes.
I'm pretty sure they're pizza boxes. They could be cake boxes.
We got to get to the bottom of this. This is the most important part of the movie. What are those boxes?
Why did they want them to hate it? That way they could sell it.
I don't know.
Like maybe that company was funding it.
Was he trying to get like a loan or something now?
Yeah. He's lucky though. He's white, so he'll get it.
It's also like, what, 1970 something?
It's true.
But who did? This is great filmmaking. You know, I think I may have like smirked at this movie, like seeing the trailer or something for it or commercial when it first came out. I don't remember exactly. I did hear of it before, I guess. Haha. So there's like, did you see any of the other Steve Jobs movies? There are two more.
I was about to say I saw the one about the social network, and then I realized that wasn't Steve Jobs.
No, there's like the really
No,
shitty looking one,
I saw the good one. The
the Aaron Sorkin one.
that's the one. The quote unquote good one.
I started watching that and never finished it. I couldn't get over the fact that they wanted us to believe that Michael Fassbender is supposed to be Steve Jobs.
Michael Fassbender could be whoever he wants to be, man.
I mean, he's too good looking. And then the one with Ashton Kutcher just looked so hilarious right from the jump.
I didn't see that one.
I didn't see it, but just like even when I see like I saw like an image for it today when I was searching for this one, and it just made me like chuckle inside. Like it just looks so bad. Jobs. It's like one like the idea of like Ashton Kutcher probably thinks he's like gonna get a fucking Academy Award for this movie. I kind of want to watch it to see how bad it is.
I'm afraid of watching that movie. I just can't stand Ashton Kutcher for whatever.
No, I'm sure it's intolerable, but yeah, I didn't finish the Sorkin one. I feel like I should for some reason. I remember just finding it really boring.
There's really no reason. I mean, it's not Sorkin's best work. It's nowhere as close as good as the Chicago 7 or A Few Good Men or
Charlie
Waterworld.
Wilson's War.
That's his best movie.
Fake mustache.
Oh,
Did he just take acid?
he did. Lucky guy.
I don't know. He sounds kind of like those annoying people you were talking about right now. Imagine hanging out with this guy while tripping. How annoying would that be?
I'd kill him.
Yeah, look at him. I want to kill him right now. Through the television screen. I'm in a field of wheat conducting music. I'm a power-hungry maniac. LSD has revealed my true self to me. You know, one thing I hate about Apple as well is that the logo is. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be a tribute to Alan Turing, but Alan Turing is too good for them. That's my opinion.
Alan Turing was killed for treason, right?
No, for being gay.
Same difference.
Yes, he was a traitor to his country by being a homosexual.
I know he was killed for being gay, but weren't the charges like basically chalked up to being like treason?
No, it was literally like it was against the law to have gay sex.
Yeah, I know, but for some reason I thought that like the charges that were brought against him like basically equated it doesn't matter.
Maybe I don't I never read about that. I've read like two biographies.
No, it's
about
really fucked up what happened to him. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, yeah, and the thing that happened to him was he called the police because a guy he had like slept with or was dating stole some of his stuff, and they were just like, a boyfriend, excuse me? And he was like, yeah, I'm a gay man. And they're like, sir, you have to come with us now.
Wasn't it during like fuck? I thought it was like wrapped up into like Red Scare shit in like England. And that's why I was going on the treason route. Like, I mean, if you were gay, you were also a fucking, like, commie.
I mean, they might have tried to throw that in there. I don't. But the reason he got the penalty he got was specifically for admitting to,
Yeah.
acts of perversion or whatever.
And it's the same thing as admitting you're a fucking commie.
Well, I don't think it was against the law to say you're a member of the Communist Party necessarily. You're just, and he wasn't though. He wasn't really much of a political guy at all. But yeah, they gave him the choice, the wonderful kind of choice. He could chemically castrate himself and not go to jail, or go to jail and probably, be beaten and killed, most likely. And yeah, that's what made him kill himself.
God. I hate this movie.
It really sucks.
Why do I hate it so much?
It's made badly. It's about two of the douchiest historical figures in like modern history. I keep thinking his friend there is fucking Steve Jobs, but it's not.
Nope.
Who's that guy? Who's like the second in command to Bill Gates?
That's not the second in command.
Oh.
Second in command to Bill Gates was Paul Allen, who's the douchey. Oh, he's not in this scene, but it was Paul Allen.
Okay, that name sounds familiar. Why don't you say it?
They were later estranged friends before Paul died.
Stop talking about Harvard.
People have quit Harvard for less.
I just imagine it's the dumbest thing that makes no sense if that woman just yelled out like Microsoft Windows. It's like, and that's how he came up with the name.
He must have had like a very rich family because he's already driving a Porsche.
You said before his dad was like a judge or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his dad was a judge, his mother is a doctor or some bullshit.
Yeah, he was upper class probably.
Judges make a lot of money, I think.
Yeah.
I've never had a judge in my family, but I'm sure they make a lot more money than most law professions, right?
I mean, I think it depends on
Where
what
you're
kind
a judge.
of court. Yeah. I had a friend in like when I was like 13 or something, who both his parents were judges, but they were like local judges, and I mean they had more money than my family for sure.
I'm
but
sure
like,
they were doing well.
but they weren't like, I don't think you would call them upper class either.
I just know the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's uncle was a judge.
Oh yeah, I almost said Dr. Phil, Uncle Phil.
And that's always led me to believe that judges are rich because they were living nice in Bel Air.
Yeah. That actually doesn't really add up at all. I don't know, whatever. I have no idea how much money your average judge makes. I guess if lawyers are known to be wealthy, depending, I guess once you work your way up to being a judge, you must be making good money.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of just like, I don't know, like local, like county court judges or something. Like, they probably don't make a ton of money.
I'm jealous of that slice of pizza. I ate this shitty rice meal today.
And I bought the same one and I haven't eaten it yet.
So we're supposed to believe that Bill Gates drives very fast everywhere.
He's a maniac.
He's trying to kill.
He's an autistic maniac.
He's trying to kill the pandemics already by driving fast.
So I read like some of the stuff I read of the background of this movie is that like all the main players of the movie saw it, and like I think Bill Gates even in a sort of recent AMA commented on this movie, and in a very boring Bill Gates fashion just said something like, "It was mostly accurate." Bullshit. Bullshit. None of this shit happened. They just know that this story is so boring. They have to throw in like I said, like the screenwriter even said, like had to turn it into this Shakespearean drama. Even though so far it's still pretty boring, even with these dumb scenes. Look at that little sign behind it.
Yeah, I saw that over there.
So this movie spans all from the early 70s to the mid 90s, I think.
Something like that.
Maybe even late 90s, right up till the movie was made, basically.
And it takes all those years to go through it.
Actually, I did check the runtime, and luckily, it's like a clean 90 minutes.
Oh, that's pretty short, actually.
Yeah, so don't get too down. We're more than like halfway through. Change what? You don't know what he means by "I'm gonna go get changed"? Who wrote this shit? I think that they at some point they obviously like changed the logo a bunch of times for Apple stuff, but like originally it had like the rainbow, right?
Yeah.
Was it my understanding is, since it was a tribute to Alan Turing, it was like supposed to be gay pride thing.
I actually never knew it was supposed to be a tribute to Alan Turing.
I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe it's not true, but I thought, because I always assumed when I think even as a kid I thought it was a nod to like Isaac Newton or something, but Turing makes more sense. He's the fucking real kind of
maybe the actual
godfather of the
apple,
computer.
the apple itself is like Isaac Newton, and the rainbow thing is Alan Turing. I have no clue. I've not heard either of these things.
Well, because Alan Turing killed himself by taking a bite out of an apple.
Is that right?
Yeah, he put
I feel like I
cyanide
should've
in
known
an
this.
apple and ate it because his favorite movie was Snow White,
Okay.
and yeah, it's really fucked up.
It is fucked up. I didn't know that. I thought he was executed. I don't.
No, he was just alone in his house, and he was forced to take like huge amounts of hormones like estrogen and stuff. So he was like growing breasts and like losing his sex drive,
Oh shit.
and that's why he killed himself. He was so fucking depressed about it.
That's more fucked up than I thought.
Yeah, man, he's got a crazy
I mean, I only know the outskirts, the outlines of that story. Apparently, there's a lot I don't know.
I was really interested in Alan Turing for a little while.
I know that Magic: The Gathering is considered the only Turing complete game.
What does that mean?
That it's too complex for computers to truly learn all of it,
Oh, okay.
or something along those lines. I think we
Yeah.
just skipped in time.
Definitely seeming more like the 80s now. Our first computer in my house was a pretty fairly, I don't know. I don't remember what model it was, but it was one of the earlier ones of Apple.
We had an Amigo.
What's that?
It was a really awesome computer company outside of Microsoft or outside of IBM and outside of Apple. They have made like probably the best computers by far. Sad that the company ended up going bottoms up, but just beautiful computers.
Never heard of it.
It's okay. There's no reason for you to have heard of it. But they were neat. They were very cool. And then our second computer was a computer Dad brought home from work. It was like a Windows 3.1 computer or something. I don't remember which brand. Oh, she's so mad. Is this the one that the wife with the kid that he never acknowledges to be his daughter? That's what I remember being the Sorkin movie.
Yeah, that's a big part of the Sorkin movie. It seems like, from what the bits that I saw. Yeah, he was such a dick, man. That whole he wouldn't pay child support.
Yeah.
What a fucking piece of shit.
Well, he couldn't afford it, man.
Oh yeah. The more I think about Steve Jobs, the more I hate him. I think he's just stupid. Like, he's just an idiot. Like, oh, I got cancer. Give me some juice. I'll juice it away. Oh, I have a daughter and millions of dollars. Not gonna give her any money. Not even the money thing. Like, he couldn't just be like a typical rich piece of shit who neglects their kid and at least throw money at them. But he like neglected his daughter in every way and didn't give any money.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit. Isn't the story with him is like he kicked out of the company? I'm sure they're going to show it in the movie. He was like basically kicked out.
Yeah.
Or he left on his own. I don't know.
Well, he got kicked out, basically.
And then they brought him back because they were like going bankrupt. And he
Yeah.
like revived everything with the fucking, what were those desktop models called?
They were the original iMacs.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he left, he started Next Computer, and Apple kind of rebought what he was doing, which was actually way more interesting in what Apple was doing at the time. And they basically just, the generation of Macs we have now are still based on Next Computers. Somewhat.
He's just berating this guy and asking him if he's
because
a
he's
virgin.
wearing a tie.
What does that even mean? He's too deep for me. I can't understand. I never thought twice about this actor, but now I even hate this actor for playing Steve Jobs. He's just so annoying. Everything's so annoying about him.
It's a bit much, man.
No, fuck Noah Wiley. I hope he gets cancer just like Steve Jobs and dies.
Maybe he has cancer.
You don't know.
I can't count the number of job interviews I've been to where I was like, wearing my tie, looking nice for it, and then the boss man comes in and is like, "You're a virgin."
A standard interview question.
Just leaves me feeling a bit stunned.
I didn't have like high hopes for this movie, but I don't know.
I think he looks like Chuck Norris.
He does. Just the hair and beard, though. If you have removed the face under it,
I want to see him fight Chuck Norris.
it's Chuck Norris and Paul
There's-
Giamatti had a baby.
There should be a Chuck Norris action scene in this movie.
It would spice things up. Yeah, if Canon Films had made this, it would be a million times better, or Troma even. I think he's even playing up the nerdiness too much.
Maybe. See, I think this guy. I find that I like the actor playing Bill much more than I like the Steve Jobs actor. I don't know why.
He's probably just a better actor in general. I mean, I don't know. They're both kind of just middling.
Yeah.
He's definitely more of a movie star than Noah Wiley. I'm not really star, but I don't know. Like, he's more famous, I feel like, in general. He was one of the kids in the Breakfast Club. That's big. He was in, like, all those John Hughes movies. Not all of them, but some of them.
Most of them. I don't know if I saw.
He was in, you ever saw Weird Science?
Yeah, of course.
That's him.
He was Lisa.
He's one of the main guys. Actually, I've never seen Weird Science. I don't know why I said it like I had. I just know that he's in it. Who is this annoying bald man?
That's Paul Allen.
Is it?
Yeah.
Paul? Really?
Yeah.
When they showed him before, it was like a different actor.
I don't think so. He's the same guy that's a strip
I thought the
club.
guy with the beard was Paul Allen.
No, man.
Oh, wait, you
said-
told me the exact opposite.
I said I had no clue who the guy with the beard is supposed to
Okay.
be. I feel like I should know who the guy with the beard is supposed to be, but I'm not exactly sure. Actually, Steve.
He looks like
his name's supposed to be Steve something. Steve, because there was also a Steve at Microsoft. Was it Steve Allen? It wasn't Paul Allen and Steve Allen. Jesus Christ, I don't fucking know.
Steve. No, he looks like Guilfoyle from Silicon Valley.
Good show.
He looks like him though. Think about it. From a distance, especially. This is amazing. This is our commentary. We talk about who other people look like other people. How satisfied do you think the director was with that shot there?
Best scene he's ever shot, man.
It's like you walk out of a painting.
A window.
Are we on that
It's like
same?
you walk out of a window.
That's what they should have done, but they're in like a generic museum. This guy is so obnoxious. Here I go back into my painting. That's what you think. I wish it just right now cut to like 1995 and Bill Gates rolling around in actual cash. And
That's
just
later.
like a montage of. I know, I just wish it just cut to it. And just like a montage of like people fighting each other for the last copy of Microsoft Windows 95. That was the big one,
I
right?
guess that is Paul. I guess the beard guy is Paul, which means the bald guy's Steve.
Okay.
Fuck.
Oh shit, my mind's blown. Now I gotta reorient everything I know about these assholes.
Names, man. Names are hard.
No, I
for
knew
me.
what you said, but then I some part of me heard them say Paul Allen, whatever. It doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter. Oh, this poor guy. The legend. The random computer programmer in Seattle who actually programmed DOS. And then basically never became rich as Windows and
Oh,
DOS
really?
became. Yeah.
Damn.
Because they've had that meeting, they didn't have a product, so they just found like some random programmer in Seattle and bought his software. That's what they sold for years and years and years.
Damn.
For like 10 grand or something.
So he's like the fifth Beatle or some shit.
Yeah, basically.
Your whole life hangs in the balance. I quit Harvard for this? We're gonna ruin this guy's life. Hell yeah, disco party.
They didn't ruin his life.
I mean, and
He
they.
got 50 grand for something that's going to go on to make billions.
I wonder where that guy is now if he hasn't killed himself already. No shit. Oh, whoopsie. Is that supposed to be his wife? What?
Guess that's his wife. He cheated on her recently, right?
No, the story now about the divorce is that she didn't like the connection to Epstein. And I guess she knew more about what was going on. I don't know. But I guess like also the divorce papers say there were just like other differences. She's not accusing him of like doing anything wrong with Epstein, but it's saying that like she didn't like that his association with him was gonna like ruin them by association, something like that.
So, cheating.
Well, okay, yeah, or I mean, it's just weird to call molesting children cheating. I guess is what I'm saying?
I don't know. It's cheating, man.
Technically it is, but it's weird to say it like that.
I mean, it's not like respectful cheating. It's not like sleeping with your secretary, but it's still cheating. But wasn't she on the flights too?
No.
Was Hillary on the flights?
No.
Were there any women on the flights?
No.
That's weird.
Except for the young girls that were like quote unquote like masseuses or whatever.
Oh yeah, the Pepsi Cola guy. He's the guy that fired Steve Jobs.
How do they fire him though? I guess like the board fired.
Yeah, I think it's like stockholder stuff. Like he doesn't have enough. Most things I know about Woz is actually he's a pretty nice guy in the real world.
He's the current CEO, right?
No, he has nothing to do with Apple.
Oh, what's the current guy's name? I forgot.
I forgot too. And I feel like I should know. This is definitely not Wozniak. Wozniak has not worked for Apple in 20, 30 years.
Oh, but he probably still makes bank off of
He
it.
kind of just like, I think he like ended up hating the success for everything I've read about him.
I mean, that's what the point they're really hitting very hard right here. I don't think rich. Wait, what was the one of the Apple mottos? Think something, right? Wasn't it?
Different.
Think different. It's not even grammatically correct. I don't want to see another fucking hippie ever again. I'll say the best thing about this movie probably is the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to have like a 60s soundtrack, it's all right. The worst part is that it's about Steve Jobs and Bill Gates.
I just don't think you appreciate their significance to history.
Their insignificance.
Their significance, man.
Oh.
They're the way that they pushed the rest of the world kicking and screaming into the future.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's his baby that he doesn't pay child support for.
God, they're gonna try to make him look like a tortured, deadbeat dad. I want to try. I'm too obsessed with my work.
He never tried to hold the baby. This whole scene's a fucking lie. I'm sure of it.
Calling your child an it is a little strange. It. I wonder what she's up to these days, the daughter.
You could probably Google it. I'm sure she's rich now.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems like the kind of asshole who would like leave everyone out of his will, or like put all his money into like
His
some
guru.
fucking some guru or like some Elon
he
Musk
left it
foundation.
All, he left it all to his guru.
He hereby leaves his entire fortune to the idea of apples. I left my phone somewhere else. There's a bunch of stuff I want to look up, but whatever.
It's okay.
My non-Apple phone.
I have an Apple phone.
I know.
I'll probably have it for
I mean,
another 3 or 4 years.
Samsung probably wouldn't exist without them, I guess. I mean, the phones, the way that they are.
Maybe not.
That's a hilarious thing, shitty thing about Apple was that. Wait, when did Steve Jobs die? That was like 2012.
Something like that. Maybe longer.
They successfully sued Samsung, and they retained the rights to the shape of the fucking smartphone.
Do they?
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Like,
There were smartphones before the iPhone. I mean,
well, apparently Apple. I mean, I don't know where I read this. I might have just heard it, and maybe it's not true. But like, my understanding is they successfully sued Samsung, and that the other thing I heard was that Samsung was gonna pay them the whatever huge amount of money that they owed them in like change, in like nickels, like just as a fuck you. But anyway, like yeah, it was deemed that like the iPhone, that Apple retained like the intellectual property rights to that very shape, the sort of rectangular, smooth cornered shape of a phone. But that can't be, because every fucking phone looks like that.
yeah, it can't be.
Well, I heard that somewhere, and I wasn't imagining it, because why would I think of that on my own? It's probably definitely not true what I said about them driving like truckloads of pennies or nickels. But I want to believe that they really did that as a fuck you to Apple. I mean, it would be legal. It's like, didn't say it had to be. Who created the mouse?
Xerox, the Palo Alto Research Labs.
Wait, what's going on? Why do they get to boss these people around?
Because they're executives at Xerox. Like, hey, why don't we let Apple come and see all the shit our research lab's making after the research lab was turned down for trying to sell any of the shit, and Apple basically goes in and steals all of it.
Oh. What a visionary. What a visionary that Jobs was. I don't think that's what happened.
It is kind of what happened. You mean?
Well, you made it sound like they just like stole shit, and here they're saying like they just gave us their old junk.
Well, so Xerox is a big company. They had their research lab. I think the researchers did not want to hand it over to Apple, but the execs, the board was like, yeah, just let Apple have it. I don't know.
But they're not. They weren't like why? Were they? Did they have like Apple stock? Like
I don't know.
good God. Doesn't this movie also feel somehow way older than 99?
It really does. It's probably the 60s soundtrack.
I think it's also just being old. But like, I don't know. It seems maybe more like early 90s, like almost late 80s movie, but I think you're right though. It's just because of what they're showing. Like, this is taking place in the 80s right now, I guess. Ballmer. Steve Ballmer.
That's it.
Hey, Lisa. Maybe that's what they... Did you say that was the girl's name in
Yeah.
Weird Science?
Oh yeah. It's also Steve's
Coincidences
daughter's
everywhere.
name. And like the computer that kind of made Apple.
Yeah, the one my family had was definitely post that.
Probably the Apple II.
Maybe it was kind of small, and it was not, it had no color. It did have like an early paint program. That's all I remember using it for, was like a early paint program in black and white, and then text. That's basically it. I don't think you could even play games on it. My parents probably just threw that thing away. I bet it would be worth like some money now.
Maybe. There's a subset of people that collect old computers now.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I remember having that computer in my closet when I was in high school, but
I like
that was a while
collecting,
ago.
or when I was in the States, I liked collecting old keyboards. The louder they clacked, the more I liked them. The best were the OS2 keyboards that IBM would make. IBM OS2 keyboards that went along with their OS2 operating system. Those were just wonderful keyboards. So
What's the appeal of the loud keyboard? I don't think I get
it's
it.
just the nice tactile feel of you can feel the key click when it clicks. It's just really tactile, the experience, man. I don't know.
I can kind of imagine it. It also seems like something I would not want at all. I mean, I guess...
I've been kind of thinking about building keyboards as like a side thing, just for fun. That could be my new hobby. I kind of want to just like build keyboards. It looks fun. Oh, now Microsoft's coming into Apple to do what Apple did to Xerox.
Here's the big meeting of Clash of the Titans. They haven't met before this point in the movie, have they?
Nope.
Oh, so they're coming to somehow swipe ideas from Apple.
Yeah. So that's where we're going to get Windows from, because I'll see all the stuff they're doing. I don't fucking... Yeah, basically.
Oh, there's a bunch of fucking thieves.
Yeah.
That sounds like cult shit. This is so over the top, like trying to demonstrate the cult like status. A cult of Apple pirates. I don't know why they would agree to this either, though. Is it just like ego? Like he just really wants to show off to people?
It's ego. I mean, Apple originally licensed Basic operating system from Microsoft a long time ago.
I think this might be the one we had. I need to see it from the front though.
The Macintosh.
Yeah. So like okay, in the timeline right now, Bill Gates is like where in his career?
You gotta love a T-shirt celebrating working 90 hours a week.
What is Microsoft's like status right now?
Powerful. They
But
have Office already. DOS is on everything.
okay. So they're basically like the standard operating system for
PC.
everything
Yeah.
except for Apple stuff.
Except for Apple, Atari, and Amiga. Because Atari also had computers.
Ah, I didn't know that.
And then there's like Sun Computing that was making like real like mainframe computers. IBM had its in-house operating system called OS2, but I think that comes out later.
I think that's the computer we had when I was a kid.
The Macintosh.
Yeah.
It might have been.
I remember it had that kind of like
It
handle.
probably
grip
was
on
the Apple
top.
II, which was like the second iteration.
Did it look
Just-
similar to that?
Yeah, just because for our age, I think like if you had it in like the 90s or 80s,
It would have been late
80s.
80s, early 90s.
It's
yeah.
probably the Apple II. But they look almost identical.
Then it probably was that.
It's just like
My parents were like not on like the cutting edge of computer stuff. I think my dad only got it like for work specifically.
Yeah.
Wait, I totally missed like how he injured himself. He like lost his memory, hit his head on something.
Yeah.
Did it?
I'm not really sure.
Did it even show in the movie? Like, completely.
Not so much.
I think also in that scene when they were in the hospital together, I think it was the way I read it was that Steve Jobs was again being an asshole. He was like, because Wozniak was like, "Did you just get here?" And he's like, "No, I've been talking to the doctor outside, and like you and I already talked. You forgot?" I think it was just him like lying, being an asshole. Like, I totally care about you, man. I didn't just arrive now.
If you're a dick, you lose your friends. Did you know that?
Life lessons can only learn through cinema. Made for TV cinema. This is I sort of recently watched the show about Waco. It's just a lot of David Koresh style cult leadership going on here. I asked you for brilliance. Work 90 more hours this week. I'm definitely on that guy's side. The costs of genius.
Maybe it's what you had.
It looks exactly like the one we had.
Probably the one you had. Or the second iteration of it or something. I don't fucking know.
I don't understand how there's this division between Macintosh and Apple. I mean, it's all under the company of Apple, right?
I mean, his friend Steve also didn't understand it.
It
That's
doesn't
why I
make
was
sense.
so pissed.
It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense to have your company like hate the other part of your company.
No.
Why not?
It seems like the thought process of a total moron.
Isn't it good to have a ton of division within the place you work?
Seems like the thinking of an idiot who tries to cure his own cancer by shoving fruit juice up his ass. I'm
Is
just
that what he
convinced
did?
more and more this guy is just a moron who got really lucky. I read that they wanted this actor to play Steve Jobs in the Aaron Sorkin movie.
Wally.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously
He does look more like Steve Jobs.
He's obviously a better choice than Fassbender. Much better actor. I mean, every time I see Fassbender, I just see Magneto.
I just rewatched maybe the last half of Inglorious Bastards the other day, and that basement scene is so fucking awesome.
It really is.
It makes me forget that Fassbender's only in that movie for 10 minutes. But it's such a good 10 minutes that it seems like more. What was Steve Jobs' fucking problem, man? I guess I don't know a lot about him really, but was he even
I think he grew up without his parents, so he wanted to make sure that his daughter grew up without her parents.
I was just thinking though, was he into money? Like, did he spend his money really like a lot? Like,
I don't think so.
I don't think he did either. It doesn't. I don't get that impression. It's like, I guess he was just like a power hungry fucking psycho. Like the movie was setting up from the very beginning. It's all about power, man. The first thing the military does in a coup is take over the communications.
I hate this fucking music.
I was just thinking the same
It's
thing.
making me so mad.
It's making me hate this
stupid like
movie even more.
Stupid mystical.
And this bullshit that doesn't exist. See, exactly. He doesn't know. He doesn't know why he's there. Why he's there. All right, kid. Maybe see you before I die. Bye. Oh my god. Just had visions of myself strangling the screenwriter of this movie. Made me feel a little better. Oh man. It was so funny when he died. Just the way people reacted was so fucking stupid.
People were truly sad.
People were like leaving flowers in front of like Apple, like a Genius, the fucking Genius bar and shit. I remember I was definitely one of those annoying downer people on like Facebook, being like, he was a fucking monster who used like everything was built at Foxconn.
Yeah.
But I stand by it. It's true. Why celebrate this asshole?
What's wrong with Foxconn?
I don't know.
Keeping people employed.
People like it so much that they kill themselves there.
Sounds like a good work environment.
And yes, it's not just Apple that makes shit at Foxconn. Like I mean, yeah, all of these companies use fucking terrible labor practices.
What is this sound? Anne's not Belinda.
I feel like we're not even in the 90s yet, and I'm looking over at the old ticker here, and we're getting close to an hour and a half, which is how long the movie is. I mean, I know we were
Maybe you misread everything.
no, we were talking for like 10 minutes before, but maybe it was 90 something minutes. Anyway, it seems like they gotta hurry up and get to like Windows 95 being a fucking mega hit.
Windows 3.1 was a mega hit too.
I just recall 95. I wasn't aware of anything before that.
Yeah.
Jesus. Sorry. God damn. This definitely did not happen this way. It'd be really funny if Steve Jobs was just holding a skull in his hand right now. The guy is like really literalizing the Hamlet thing. Why would you trust him anyway? He seems like a paranoid psycho who wouldn't trust anybody. That sounds like kind of a backhanded compliment.
It kind of does.
Yeah, sure, your computers are nice for some old fuckers. I'm on the cutting edge, Steve. And as far as I know, Bill Gates never did this kind of shit. Maybe they did, and it's just not as famous as
Well,
Apple.
Gates has done some of this, but it wasn't like the same.
It's not like doesn't have the cult vibe,
They've
does
all,
it?
yeah, they've. I mean, they all have done like Comdex or whatever the fuck it's
But
called.
but people are like
People
even
fucking
normal people are aware of like these Apple events,
Yeah.
you know, like they're parodied and stuff.
It's basically what TED Talks are based on, right?
Yeah. So what like element did they take? Just like the kind of the same sort of interface?
Everyone was on the cusp of the same technology at the time. They
Yeah.
just got it out the gate first.
Okay.
And like all of that stuff they took from Xerox and like Park and like 3 or 4 other companies. But like I mean, much like in teaching or writing, I think like in the programming sphere, a lot of them just like they borrow from each other.
Yeah. So this commercial is just like a goofy like 1984 parody or not
Yeah,
or
basically.
whatever. And what they're saying IBM is like a fascist company
Yeah.
and that Apple is like the independent thinking company. Good thing they set up that whole thing about how he likes cards. Now I understand.
That was the first time he's playing with a Windows computer. I think all this dialogue is made up.
It's hard to imagine Bill Gates, like, even. Actually, I bet it would be terrifying to see him actually upset.
Yeah, probably.
So wait, to compare Gates with Jobs, like Gates actually had like real
All right, he's
knowledge of how to
Yeah.
like build shit.
yes.
I thought so, just making sure. Thrilling film. We've got a real problem. We've got to make a toast for Steve. He's the Pepsi man. I don't get it.
Steve thinks he's his friend. His friend.
So, what? I don't understand what the problem was with the toast.
Because they're going to fire him.
Oh, okay. I see. Here comes that music you love so much. It's back. I think they're ending the movie right now.
I think they are too.
They're leaving out all the fucking Windows shit in the 90s.
Well, they hit the important parts.
I wanted to see a scene where like people were trampling each other to get Windows 95 off the shelves.
I don't think that ever happened.
I know. I think I have like a memory of like just seeing like on the news like Windows 95 is a huge hit, and it was just like footage of people buying it in the store. But I thought they would maybe like really dramatize that bit. Yeah, instead they're just wrapping it all up with this fucking text shit. Oh, we're coming full circle. Oh my god. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if they do anymore, though.
Bill Gates is the wealthiest man in the world. The end. Now third or fourth?
Third.
No, but the article I just read said he was fourth.
Maybe he's fourth.
But I don't know. I wonder who's third, because I know it was between Musk and
Musk and Bezos.
They keep going back and forth, but like
I felt like there was some
Gates was third, but then I think something recently happened where the other person snuck up.
I thought there was some
Fashion person?
No, I wanted to say yes, some fashion person from the Middle East, right?
I don't remember.
Oh no, the fashion person was number 9.
Yeah,
or
they were
8.
down there. Yeah, I don't know who's third or fourth or whatever.
I don't.
Who gives
know.
a shit?
They all have so much goddamn money that what's it based on? Their stock prices at the time? Because who has the most liquid cash? I wouldn't be surprised if it's still Gates being technically the richest.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But that's probably not going to last much longer because he did not. That's the whole deal. Is he
prenup?
married Melinda before he was rich, so they did no prenup. So she's gonna get half his shit, man. And most likely, she's probably got some. It sounds like she's got some compromising information, maybe about affairs at the very
he'll
least.
Be fine.
I'm not worried about him. I'm
imagine
just saying,
if she took all of his shit.
It'd be funny if she took half of it because he would drop in the rankings, probably down to 6th or something. Anyway, that was that fucking movie.
We've learned a lot about the history. Actually, I think that movie would have been better without the dramatization if they just went more into the fucking history of. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but I mean that's what that screenwriter said. He said it was boring, so he tried to make it dramatic, which made it actually more boring somehow.
I know we don't usually do recommendations on this, but I recommend *Halt and Catch Fire* as a much better look at that era of computing and of how to do drama.
Is it all fictional people, or is it based on real companies and real people?
It's fictional, but follows closely to reality. I don't know.
So there's a stand-in for Bill Gates or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if it was going to follow anything, it kind of follows Compaq, oddly, which has a big history in computing too, with personal computers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing. I just started unscrewing that. I don't know why.
Well, you gotta get up bright and early for the Bill Gates cast tomorrow, which I don't know. I'm basically ready for.
Yeah, I think I'm ready for it.
All right. On
3, goodbye.
On 3, goodbye.
On 3, goodbye.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The first voice recording was made in 1860. It was a 10-second fragment of the French folk song Au clair de la lune recorded by inventor Edward Leon Scott de Martinville. But who will make the final voice recording and when? What will it be? Who will hear it?